if you've got kind of a timeline when he could potentially be back on the court.
Yeah, he's I said the other night it was his shoulder. It wasn't his shoulder, it's something else. So he's feeling a lot better today. He wasn't very good yesterday. I guess you would say he's day to day. But he's still got quite a bit of pain in that arm. So probably doesn't look good for tomorrow. Maybe Sunday, hopefully, maybe, but maybe not till the game after that.
Adam Jardy, Columbus Dispatch.
Hi, Fran. As you prepare for Ohio State, I know EJ Liddell jumps out at the top of the scouting report, but what else, when you prepare for them, concerns you about the way they play?
I think a lot of things. They have a lot of guys that are contributing. Very deep team. They do not make mistakes. They're really solid fundamentally. The way they move the ball, they can play fast, they can play slow. They rebound the ball extremely well. Get to the offensive glass, get second shot opportunities. Veteran club, and a lot of guys that can score. So there's a multitude of things. That's why they're where they are.
Thank you.
Chad Leistico.
Hey, Fran, if you don't want to specify, that's fine. Just curious what is wrong with Conor then, and also do you expect? I don't know, who do you expect to maybe backfill his minutes on Thursday if he can't go?
Well, I think it would mean more minutes for Peyton, but I mean it could mean more minutes for a lot of other guys too. I mean any of those guys, in that range. Luckily, we have some other options. But as far as he just got a bad contusion to his arm that affected the nerve. So it's one of those things, and it'll get better when it's better. Initially you don't do a lot in terms of rehab, but they're moving it. He'll get some treatment on it, and then when he gets complete feeling back and he's not painful. Because right now I don't think he can dribble, so that would be a problem.
Mike Halas.
Fran, the shooting's obviously been a problem the last 4 games. What can you do as coaches to help?
Well, I mean, what you want to do is not get them to overthink it. Just, we got good guys that are good shooters, taking good shots. I mean, I think that's the key. I haven't felt like we're taking bad shots. I think the one thing that you can do, Mike, is you can try to make your offense a little more crisp. So maybe you don't have some bad shots at the end of the shot clock. They're not bad shots, but they're not great shots. So you can run more efficient offense to make sure that you're at least getting a really good shot. The other thing you could do is get second shots.
John Bowenkamp.
Fran, you talked about all the options for Conor, but you don't have an option really experience-wise when you think about it. But how much will you miss him in some key situations that you've used him in?
Yeah, that's where he's missed. A lot of times, he was in there with that second unit, which is younger. He's been really good with Peyton, with Tony, with Aaron, with Chris. A lot of times you forget how young Chris is. He didn't play much last year. He's playing a lot this year. So those guys are inexperienced, but they're getting better. They're smart. They're tough. They're good players. They're good kids. So some of the younger guys are going to have to step up. At least he'll still be there. He does a really good job, as talking to the guys, whether it be at practice or on the bench. They respect him and trust him. And as it manifests itself in a lot of ways. You're on the road, you're playing a team the caliber of Ohio State. You want kind of guys that have been there before, but also, we run a variety of things, and it takes a while to really know and understand not only what we're running, why we're running, and how we run it, and what your options are if they do this, and what your options are if they do that. That's where the experience comes in.
Rob Howe,
And I realize everybody's minutes were elevated the other night because of overtime, but Aaron Euless played 27 plus. What did you see from him? And you feel like he's going to earn more minutes moving forward?
I thought he really moved the ball well in transition and at half court. I thought his defense was good. I thought it was really good, and I have a lot of confidence in him in that area. He missed shots he normally makes, the little pull-up jumpers, little, layups, extended layups, attacking the rim, stuff that he normally makes. I just felt very comfortable with him in that game, especially with the matchups that we had, Rob.
Adam,
Fran, just in general, I wonder how you've seen the bonus year of eligibility given to everyone impact this season. We've gotten to see some guys that have maybe hit some milestones and just, maybe given, I don't know, just help their teams out in different ways. How have you seen the extra year impact this season for teams?
Well, I think it's interesting because you're right. It has, in conjunction with, grad transfers and the transfer portal. You're just seeing, it seems like every team we play is old. And it's regardless of whether you're playing a BCS team or a non-BCS team. Everybody's old. So while I do think that those 60-year guys that got the bonus year, especially the really good ones, the veteran guys that are scorers and effective players, that's one thing. But it seems like when we write this scouting report up, everybody's a senior, and that has obviously totally changed and will continue to change college basketball.
okay, we have time for a few more. Chad,
As you know, you got down 21-9 to Purdue, 15-5 to Penn State. These slow starts, do you give thought to juggling the starting lineup at all? I know that's not your usual way of thinking necessarily, but is this a time maybe we would give that a thought?
Yeah, I would say this, it's not something I like to do. I don't like to knee jerk. But I think it's something I give thought to a lot more maybe than you think. You're constantly thinking about it. I've always been of the, school of thought, hey, does it really matter? You put some guys in, some guys that, you've seen us this year, a number of games we've had different unique lineups on the floor that have played substantial minutes and been there on, in crunch time, guys playing different positions. I've kind of always done that. So I've never really obsessed with who the starters are. But you're right, we've had some difficult starts. So, it's something we're thinking about.
okay, final question, Mike.
Liddell's clearly a first-team All-American candidate. How would you define him?
He doesn't really have very many flaws in his game that and I know him well. We recruited him hard. I saw him a lot in high school. I think, you look at him and say he's a guard. He's a forward. He's a center. He makes threes. He drives the ball to the basket. He's got a bunch of assists, so he's making plays for other people. He plays both ends. He blocks shots. I mean, that's why he's going to be a pro. But I think the thing about him, I think he's a tremendous person. I think his character, kind of separates him in a lot of ways. And that's why he's, like you said, Mike, he's a first team All-American. So those guys are the ones that are consistent. A lot of guys can do what he does once, but he does it every night. And those guys, they're special.
Okay, thanks for your time, Coach. Thanks.